na 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 na
Square
na
round
na.
You know, you need to tune in if you want to hear So we Chad, Josh, Dmitri, and Marcus every Friday.
It's the Square Round Table.
Tune in.
It's the Square Round Table podcast. Tune in every Friday. Let's have a blast. I know at work you had a long day. Just relax and tune in.
Make sure you tune in weekly, every Friday. MajorsOnMusic.com. We also tune on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. So yeah.
Hey, what's going on, freaks and geeks? We're the Square Roundtable podcast. I want to thank you all for joining us today. And guys, here at the Square Roundtable podcast, we are no strangers to anime, but we often explore anime from the lens of voice acting. But tonight, we get to see what it's like on the opposite side of the microphone. So guys, without any further ado, please give it up for tonight's special guest, a filmmaker and ADR director, Mr. Shannon Reed.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Thank you so much for having me on here.
Definitely. No, and if you guys are wondering like why Shan's laughing so much, he just got done like throwing me under the bus because I'm not.
You're not a Star Wars fan.
He just got done talking about me and my brother because we're not into Star Wars like that, but we will be.
Yeah, I got 3 months.
It's fine. It's fine. In 3 months, they're gonna watch everything.
Yes.
And then we're gonna reconvene and just test them on all the knowledge of.
Just start shoot firing.
That's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look, like I told him, we will definitely. We promise. This is my promise to all of our viewers and listeners out there that are Star Wars fans. I don't mean it. I'm sorry. We're gonna be there though. By the time we do the Bad Batch podcast, me and Joshua are going to be there with y'all. We promise.
If not, it'll be 2 left members.
See, I'm gonna lose my job, so we gotta watch Star Wars, man. We can't
this got serious real quick.
This guy's serious.
Hey, I gotta put the pressure on them, or they're not gonna do it.
See,
yeah.
So now my job is on the line, so we gotta do it.
So yeah,
definitely gonna do it.
It's a written law. Like it's gonna be down to 2 members if we don't watch all of Star Wars in the next few months.
Hey, you didn't read the fine print of your contracts, man?
Nah, man, I didn't see that.
I didn't see it. I missed it.
Some cutthroat stuff.
You see how they do me, man? Like they just do me so wrong, Shannon. Like you're getting to see this like firsthand how they treat me on this show.
I just
hey, don't act like a victim, man. You don't act like a victim today.
It's cool. But you got 3 months. It's gonna be fine. They got lightsabers. Darth Vader stuff.
Sounds good. That's
a comfortable length of time, dude. That's comfortable. You can do a movie a day.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Because like I was just telling Shannon how obsessed I was over Haikyuu. Like I literally watched like all of it in less than a week. So it's just like and that's dedication. Like you can ask like Joshua, like me and my little cousin Peyton, we're obsessed with Haikyuu. Like we just sit on the couch and Netflix is amazing because you don't even have to press a button. They just bring the next episode on.
you just marathon it and it works.
That's it. I just marathon it, man. That's the best way to do it.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Haikyuu is like a perfect show to do that too. Like I remember when we first started working on it, the director that helmed that project is Kyle Kobe Jones. And I had stepped in as an assistant director because it's just such a big show. But first seeing, it's like the entire art style. And when you actually get into the sport itself, that's what triggered me. What is this? Everything, the hands morph, like everything just goes from 0 to 60 and just gets so extreme with the animation and how the characters move. Like it's wild. I don't even play volleyball and I'm getting sweaty just watching this. Yeah. But it's so good. And then the fact that when you get into the story itself, like you're dealing with a massive cast of characters of different calibers, different personalities, backgrounds, and the way that it flows together, like you care about everyone, and that's not an easy thing to do, but it's like every single person is engaging, and it's almost as if for most characters you can find something that like, yeah, like I can relate to that. I'm like this character. Oh yeah, that a piece of that's yeah, I understand. And that's what makes it like really engaging and cool. And I don't know, something about I will say like something about all sports animes. For some reason, it gets your adrenaline going, and it's like, why is this
Seriously.
always the coolest thing ever?
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Because like I didn't think I was gonna get into because I just got done finishing all of what Netflix had for Haikyuu, and then they announced the Kuroko, and originally I was just like, okay, I'll see what happens. Episode 1 wasn't really into it. By the time like episode 3, I was hooked. I was just
yeah,
like, oh, this is amazing. So
yeah,
yes, it's crazy, man. Sports anime, it definitely gets you there, like
yeah.
100%. And plus, they're both beautifully drawn shows. Like
Hmm.
it just, yeah, it's definitely amazing. But yeah, man, for you, I just want to know like how's everything been going? Like we talked about me being lazy on the couch watching Haikyuu. How is having to be inside and be a hermit for the past year? How's that been treating you?
Fine for me with everything on a normal basis. I'm already a hermit, so when everything
Gotcha.
like closed down and stuff, to me it was fine. It's like all right, the rest of the world is like me. Yeah, to me, I'm just used to that. Of course, every now and then, you want to hang out with friends and do stuff here and there, and yeah, of course I do miss that and stuff, but overall I'm all right with it. I can stay at home, and my big trip is going to the grocery store, and that's cool.
Isn't
And
it exciting?
yeah, it's nice where you got your coupons, and it's still, you know what, I'm gonna use this today, and it's
Right.
perfect. And then once you go to the checkout, you avoid the person and you go right for the machine, and it's like,
Dude, we're on the same page.
I don't have to
Like,
talk to anyone. I parked
yes.
perfectly right there by the exit. I got that front parking spot, and then
Yep.
where it's, I don't know if like those parking lot exits where you park your car and it's angled, and it's like, all right,
Yes.
if I get here, I go inside the store, get my stuff, I put my stuff away, and then I back up, and then I have to leave. But you park it to where it's like the other way, at least for my grocery store, because you park this way where you're coming in, so you back up, you drive forward, and you're just right there by the light, and you're gone. You don't have to park the other way where it's like, now I got to go around, then go back over here, then get to the light, and then leave. Now I got it all down to a science, so that way I can spend the least amount of time talking to
Yes.
people and dealing with people, so that way I can just go. That's so I've been fine.
I see.
Man, the dedication to the introvert life, I tell you what.
I love it. Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And then you know what? I really like like the whole AirPods, or like the wireless headphones. It's perfect because you can pretend that you're talking on the phone, or you can just really listen to music, and that just avoids conversation right there.
Yes, exactly. See, I that's how I knew you would be perfect for the show. You appreciate the little things in life.
The little
Least
things.
amount of contact with another person that you possibly can. You did this before
Yes.
coronavirus, and now you're just like,
Mhm.
I just live my rest of my life. And then I added extra things like the headphones and all this other stuff.
Yeah, but this time, this is showtime. Put it all to effect. Yeah.
Like I've been doing
Exactly.
it 20 plus years. I've been waiting for this time.
Oh, you're new to this, huh?
Right. And then people ask you, just pretend. Oh yeah, so awful. I just miss talking to people and eating around other people.
Oh, not like eating by myself. No, that's stay consistent. I'm cool with that. Like the thing is, I will say, since all of this happened, Domino's has been getting a lot more frequent phone calls from me.
Yes,
And
yes.
I had to stop because after a while, they knew who I was. Like the Domino's app, where it's like, oh, cool, I get some points.
That's
this time.
horrible.
I get a free
Yeah.
pizza. And then you know what? And when they tried that new like taco pizza and stuff, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And it got to the point where the delivery driver was like, "How you doing, Shannon? Everything's good today?"
Oh no.
And that's when I was like, I need to stop.
Exactly.
just put that phone down and just no. We cooking tonight. Just
Like when you have your Domino's pizza delivery on speed dial.
yeah. Everything was
Right.
good until they said my name.
They start checking on you like, Shannon, are you okay? Are you good, man?
How you doing today? How was your
How's the
day?
family? How's everybody?
Or even worse, like when you have enough points to where you can get like 3 free pizzas.
And I'm gonna use it. So
Exactly. You
Yeah.
don't just waste the free pizza. No.
yeah,
But-
it. You gotta use those coupons, those points. But yeah, for me, everything's been fine. And then to me, work has been good. I'm very thankful for that. You know,
That's what's
to
up.
continue to do what I enjoy doing. So, but yeah, I've been okay. Have y'all been good?
Oh yeah, we've all been good. We're busy, but good.
Okay. That's good. It's
Yeah.
good to be busy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been cool. It's kind of the same way for I can't really speak for Demetrius, but I know for me and Joshua, our weapon of choice was definitely for a while the Popeye's chicken sandwich, and that
Oh.
beautiful sandwich is
Yep. Oh,
just
no.
a work of art.
Oh my
Like
god.
Jo-
All right, don't
like
get me,
I
don't
guess
get me
Joshua, I
started.
see you sweating right now.
Don't
man.
get me started. Don't get me started on the Popeye's chicken sandwich. Like that's
It's
just
like
like
the
the most
one
gorgeous
sandwich.
sandwich.
Yes,
It's
it looks
so
just like the
gorgeous.
commercial. It looks
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly like it.
It's beautiful and crispy in such a way. Like it I don't understand what they put in that thing. It was chicken, but that that chicken is good. That chicken is so good.
And then them big old pickles, man. I'm like, y'all are doing too
Yeah.
much, man.
Mhm.
And then the bread just be sweating. It's like,
It'd be
oh.
wet.
Yeah.
The bread
It's
is like
like,
wet, man.
It's that good grease bread where it's not quite on the soggy side, but it's not perfect.
It's not dry at all.
It's like you holding this together and we just
Right.
can power through it. Like just enough to not fall out and just break up.
Exactly.
That's good.
Exactly. And
So
like the
that's what
sauce.
it's been. Oh, that sauce too.
And the
Mhm.
sauce. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's amazing.
Yeah. Now, okay. Here's a question: have y'all ever? Now, Popeye's sandwich is good, but have y'all ever done something where you go to Popeye's, you get the spicy chicken sandwich, then you go to like somewhere else, like I don't know, like Wendy's, and you get the chicken nuggets, and you compile your own
What?
meal from other fast food restaurants? Or am I just speaking to myself because I'm just terrible at my food choices?
I don't think I'd be
I-
with you right now if I did that. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't be here.
You just changed the game, bro.
You changed the game, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
You go to
That's
Wendy's,
crazy, man.
get the spicy nuggets. You go to Popeyes, get that spicy
Uh-huh.
chicken sandwich. You go to Dairy Queen, if there's a Dairy Queen, you get that Blizzard. You just start compiling the best of every fast food chain and create one massive epic meal, and then you're done.
Where are you gonna get your fries though? Where's the fries
Alright.
spot at?
Now for me, since I'm in Texas, I go to
Mhm.
Whataburger. Whataburger is very good. It's very good. You get the largest size it got. It's like a cardboard thing, but it looks like a mini bucket of just fries.
not a bucket. Oh my
Whoa,
god.
whoa.
It's
mini bucket.
it's like this cup, like the
Oh.
top part. It's like that much of just yep. There you go, and it's beautiful. The fries taste good.
So you've eaten the burgers from there too, right?
Oh yeah.
So where are they on the burger spectrum? Because I know we all know that McDonald's is like dumpster fire trash, but
Yeah.
like,
It is.
but
Respectfully.
on the burger spectrum, where would you put Whataburger? Because I've heard things. I have friends from Texas, and they love
I've heard mixed messages because I'm from California, so we have In-N-Out here. People
Okay,
are,
okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. I'm not going to. I'm not even going to defend it. I'm not even going to
No,
defend it.
that's fine. That's fine. Hey, okay. Like, I'm from Texas, and my answer is gonna be a little biased.
Okay.
But I think it's in the top tier of not maybe if not number one, definitely number two. But it's up there. Like I can
Mm.
go there and be happy at any hours of the day or night and be satisfied with Whataburger. You know, that to me, it will always be one of the greatest burgers. Just as a Texas boy, that's my thing. Briefly, I did live in California,
There you
and
go.
I did enjoy In-N-Out Burger. I really liked Carl's Jr.
Yes, that's my
And
place.
Really?
then
That's my place.
I tried White Castle, and White Castle was pretty legit. I will say that because now, like within the past year or so, they have an In-N-Out burger near Dallas or somewhere around that. But now, like within the last year, they brought In-N-Out burger to Houston in a few spots. And it's been a long time since I ate In-N-Out burger in California, but it tastes different. Where it's, I feel like because of the fact that it's in Texas, different regions are attuned to different flavors and styles, so they adjust the menu and the way that they cook it to make it more tasty for people that live over here. So when they opened up In and Out down here, I tried the burger and I was like, the burger's all right, but it's just all right. And this doesn't taste like getting the In-N-Out burger in California.
It don't have the Cali stank on it.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. Especially when they brought Carl's Jr. down here. It tasted like garbage. And I remember wanting to
What?
go there every single day when I was up there. Yeah. I'm not knocking In-N-Out burger. Just the ones that they put here are not the best quality. And I know In-N-Out burger is so good. But yeah, the Texas version, nah, it's on okay level. They messed up the fries really bad.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
But I will say, high praise to California In-N-Out burger.
Here's the crazy thing. I did not like Chick-fil-A when I was in Georgia, but I love Chick-fil-A in California. It's weird. It's a weird
You hear
thing.
this, Joshua? You hear this BS?
Yeah, like I was throwing on the nuggets, and then I went to California. I was like, what is this?
Man,
I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is, but I can understand your region thing based on that. I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like it's so weird because like to me, I didn't think that they could mess up Carl's Jr. as much as they did, and then there were things that weren't even on the menu. Like I remember, yeah, I don't know if it was just a regular menu item, but I remember when I was up there, and this was like back in the 90s. There was like a hot sauce burger or some type of spicy burger that they had introduced at Carl's Jr. up there. And then down here, I didn't see any sort of spicy burger or whatever, but everything was just bad. And then the one that they built nearby me, like it had opened up, you got the hype of we got one down here in Texas and stuff. And everyone, it's like giant lines and stuff, people lining up to buy it. And then everyone tasted it and then it shut down.
Oh dang!
So
That's y'all gotta get it together, man.
Yeah, now it's a Dunkin' Donuts. So there you go.
Dang, got replaced by
the
Dunkin'
off-brand
Donuts.
Starbucks. God,
Yeah.
Put a Starbucks.
But yeah, like I like no disrespect to In-N-Out whatsoever. I know it's delicious up there, but down here, it's like the In-N-Out up there is our Whataburger down here. It's like high praise. This is the thing. So
maybe that's why I feel on social media, everybody like from Texas like trashing In-N-Out. Maybe they just had the Texas version of In-N-Out and they just don't know the Cali version yet. They need to just express them, branch out there and go to the California for a little bit and try a burger and some fries out there and come back and see what's up.
I completely agree with that because like Texas down here, we born and raised on Whataburger. It's always been here. So I'm gonna defend Whataburger. And like I said, if I never been up there and tried the In-N-Out burger up there, I'd be in the same boat. Man, there's no way now trying both sides, going to and eating the In-N-Out burger up there and eating Whataburger down here. I hold them both in high regards. I really do. This being biased, Texas, I still enjoy Whataburger more.
Okay.
They both taste really delicious, but I do crave that flavor for Whataburger. Like to me, the craving hits more for that than it would In-N-Out. And then I guess if you want to get technical with it, the burgers for Whataburger, they do have like bigger burgers where it's like the ones up there, like it's a bit smaller and it's that was good, but it's like I'm still hungry. Like I want to.
So it's more fast food oriented than Whataburger, kind of. Is Whataburger more of like a restaurant, like a regular restaurant?
it's still a fast food. You have, I would say it's still a fast food, but it reminds you a little bit more of the earlier days of fast food chains where it's like you could sit down and eat and stuff, and it's has that home felt feeling and stuff where everyone like dresses up in the shirts and it's nice, and you could sit down and feel like good just sitting there like, all right, enjoying this meal here in the building. And then not only that, it's open 24 hours, so it's like
well, there you
it could
go.
be 3 in the morning.
That's why. Okay.
That's literally Crystals for us down here in Georgia. That's literally the same situation. But I think like in Atlanta, if you like, for us, the burger place smack dab in the middle of Atlanta, you gotta go to the Varsity. For me, that's
Varsity is amazing.
It's the best chili cheeseburger you'll ever have.
Chili cheese dog. Chili cheese dog
chili
too.
cheese dog too.
Oh,
to the
man.
Varsity.
The Varsity. Okay, because that's something that we don't really have. Like there's only one Coney Island that I know down here, and that's like the one place with hot dogs. Like, to me, if you say like fast food and you have hot dogs, really, it's more odd down here, but first chili, then hot dogs.
Yes.
Okay.
Because y'all got Sonics, right?
We got, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I think Varsity was first because what it is, it's the outside thing, and then the people got the uniforms, the old school uniforms, and they roll up on skates, and they give you your food. So but you just sit outside as one of them, like the old school style fast food joints.
Yeah,
but so good.
That sounds good. Like, yeah, Sonics doesn't even do that anymore.
No.
Yeah, back in the day, hey,
right,
let me take your order. Here you go. Here's your food. Now it's walk up. Did you press the button? Oh, that doesn't work. Go to the other one over here, and then like walk in, walk out. No one really goes.
See, it's just lazy. It's like you don't get it serviced with a smile anymore. Everybody's upset. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's why people go to Chick-fil-A, because I have to smile. It's like it's part of their job to smile. If they don't smile, they get fired.
Okay,
I didn't
know that.
I'm just kidding.
It has to be a rule. It has to be though.
I don't think it's real, but yeah, it feels like it is a rule because they're like the nicest people ever. If they'll give you extra stuff, even if you ask for extra sauce, they're like, oh yeah, here's 3 of them. I'm like, 3?
I'm telling you,
What?
like they want to say, what is Disneyland is the happiest place on earth? That's a lie. Chick-fil-A is
Chick-fil-A is nice.
All Chick-fil-A is missing is roller coasters and Goofy and Mickey Mouse. That's all they're missing. They would basically be Disneyland. Like Chick-fil-A is amazing.
Yeah.
But they'll do your taxes too.
That's what I'm saying. They'll
wash your car and everything.
All you got just order the food, go up to the counter, and be like, bro, I ain't even got it. They'll be like, oh, there you go, man.
There you go. It's on the house. It's on the house. Here you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like the only other people that are competing with it is like Waffle House. Those are some nice people at Waffle House sometimes. Yeah.
I don't know.
You got a story? Because I've always had good like Waffle House people, so I don't know. Maybe I'm off.
So at least from the ones that I've been to, don't get me wrong, I love Waffle House, but I go every once in a blue moon. But it seems like the better tasting Waffle Houses there are, the worse areas it's in, where it's like
it's gotta be sketchy. It's gotta be sketchy.
It's gotta be,
yeah.
But it is delicious. But so far, I haven't met a Waffle House worker that was like really nice. It's, what do you want? I'm busy.
Wow.
And the food is delicious. And it's fine. It's fine. I ordered a plate of bacon, and
exactly. But it's like the worse. It's like the worse the service, the better the food.
The grosser the countertops are, the better the food. I remember this one thing on social media. They reported Waffle House for like an F for their like rating of their restaurant, and people were just defending. Don't go to Waffle House like that. That food's good. The worse the rating, the better the food. Don't come out here with that rating of like restaurant and give them that.
Don't you dare report Waffle House.
Right, I see that F. I'm like, that feels good.
That F means For sure. Yeah.
For sure. Exactly.
All right, F for fantastic.
Right.
That's right.
That
That's
was
right.
fantastic.
Oh my goodness, y'all are crazy. But yeah, Shannon, man, another thing, that we've been doing since the pandemic, man. I was a bit of a gamer beforehand, but man, me and my brother have been killing it. Like, we've been playing everything from Mortal Kombat, Tekken. We beat Spider-Man almost twice, and I know you have like your own Twitch. So like, how's it
Yeah.
been? How's it been for you, man? What are you playing?
Twitch has been really fun. I feel like really in the Twitch world that I'm the one that's like really late to the game. I was like, oh, there's a station, there's a channel, Twitch channel. It's to me, it's like the new YouTube where like when YouTube first started, I was like, oh man, okay, YouTube, all right. Yeah, I'll watch a few stuff, and then by the time I actually got a YouTube channel, it's 15 years later.
Nobody's watching cat videos anymore.
Yeah, all
Right.
these ads and stuff, and then it's like for
Right.
Twitch, I thought it was really cool because there's different actors and stuff that since this has happened, they've started channels and stuff. And when I'm at home, like I enjoy looking at YouTube, like just things to watch, and I do enjoy watching run-throughs, like when people go through games
Yeah.
and looking up at Twitch, I was seeing some of them up there as yeah, this is very entertainment. Like you could be cooking and stuff and you want something to watch or you got some downtime and you get to see this, it's like a talk show in a way but with gaming and
Exactly. So better.
yeah and I thought it was really cool because it's relax, it was just really relaxing and plus with my job I do a lot of talking, like when you're directing you're communicating all the time and it's cool to come home and just I don't have to, I'm just watching, like, I don't have to say anything, I can be entertained and like just seeing like the variety of games. I thought it was really cool when things started up with the pandemic. I figured, you know what, this would be cool to try out, where it's I like all sorts of games and I really just want to have a good time and have some fun, and I started up the channel and like the games that I play, like it kind of jumps all over the place. I know that I started with Enter the Gungeon, which it's like the 16-bit game. It's a more modern game, but they go back to their old school roots where you have a character like an over the top type of character, like we were talking about Rambo a little before this and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like it's your Rambo type character, your crew member from Alien type character with a gun, and they go
Whoa.
into this dungeon and the story's like overblown where it's like the end of the world rests in your hands and you have to enter the gungeon. And but to me I started with stuff like that because I'm a fan of like classic arcades. I love
Yeah.
platformers, first person shooters. Like to me it kind of like I kind of jump all over the place when it comes to what to play, but I started with that one and I had a really good time, and then just jumped over to Fall Guys because that was like a
Okay.
thing, and it's all these mini games and stuff with that you play online. And right now I'm playing Valheim, which it's a survival game. And I've been spending a lot of time on that one because it's still like it's a brand new game, but you basically get dropped into this world and you just discover. So you have nothing, there's nothing but just the environment, and it could be, it's a dangerous place depending on where you go, but you can go through the cycle. Okay, this is how long it takes for it to be daytime, how long nighttime. Oh, there's a branch, there's a rock. Oh, I can pick that up. Oh, I can create this out of this. I can make a hammer. I can make an axe. Oh, I can chop down the trees. And now I learned how to do this. Now I can make a bed. I can make a roof. And it's you slowly discover and learn that mixing things together, you can create more stuff. And there's no like direct story. It's just at your own pace, you figure things out. And yeah, and I thought it was really cool. Like they do have this little quick thing in the beginning before they drop you in saying that this is Valheim, this is based off like it has Norse mythology type roots
Oh.
where the world of Valheim is like this world where Odin banished all these monsters, so you might run into some stuff and then you're supposed to be this warrior that's supposed to kind of keep them at bay and defeat any of the monsters that were sent there. and that's it. Once you drop in, it's do whatever you want. And yeah, like you can create and build as much stuff as you want, and they give you a massive map of a giant world that it's up to you to discover and figure out like what's over here, what's over there. There's different environments, different monsters, and yeah, you can create whatever you want. And then at random times you could get your area, like wherever you're staying at the time, could get raided by monsters where it's like, oh, like you hear a rumbling, ground shaking, and it's a giant troll that's attacking my area, and it's figure out a way to defeat it. And then it says the ground settles, and then they go away, and then you continue doing whatever. So it's not really an end. It's just like it's
You just
whatever.
kind of do stuff.
Yeah, it's really it's like Minecraft if you ever played Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's a cool game, and like that to me, that like that's the current thing that I've been playing a lot on my channel, and it's cool because to me it's like a nice relaxing thing to do. And I don't always play like intense games. Like I'm not the type of uh, streamer that this brand new game came out today, Grand Theft Auto 20. Let's get on it. I'm trying to figure stuff out. Don't get me wrong. I like Grand Theft Auto, but I'm take it at a pace at a time. But I want to play this where I can build stuff. You want to hang out with me? By all means, hang out, chill in the chat, and the audience is great. Like everyone is like really cool and nice and welcoming, and that's what makes it even more fun because you get to communicate with people and stuff, and like, hey, like you want to share ideas of this and that, or oh, hey, I need help, like how do you do this? And like people are very welcoming and opening, and like they want to help out. And honestly, that's a cool spot where I do get to meet a lot of fans that visit their channel, because for me it's every now and then, like I have a Twitter account that I talk about shows and stuff and different things anime related, but that's really like the main source. So it's like when people pop up on the Twitch channel and hey, you want to talk to me about anime, cool. And that's a direct link where I get to communicate with fans of these shows and get to talk about shows. So it's really cool, and everyone's been like really nice and cool to talk to. And I love it when people like throw in emojis, because to me that's just so awesome. Yeah, like flood the whole chat with just emojis, like your coolest emoji. And I think that's just awesome. So yeah,
That's cool, man.
that's my
Awesome,
channel.
man.
But yeah,
And how long have you been on Twitch?
I guess about a year.
Oh,
Either that or
okay.
like close to a year. But yeah, no, it's been really fun so far, and yeah, I enjoy it. If I get more time to hop on and play stuff, then yeah, any opportunity I can, I'll just jump on because it's really fun.
So that's after you order your 12 like taco pizza. You're just like,
There you go.
Oh no, it's in between. Like he's playing in between. After you order the pizza, let me get on Twitch real quick before our pizza gets here. Let me play a little bit.
Then you'll be like, be back in 5 minutes, and that's just me downstairs. Just you may even get a Twitch stream where it's like, I don't even care, and it's just eating all the food live.
Did you see Shannon's recent Twitch stream? He must be going through something. He just had pizza on his shirt.
He just ate a whole pizza right in front of us. Like he ate the whole large pizza just right there, just
and didn't even have a napkin. It was just he just
and picked up the controller with his greasy hand and started playing. Like
that's a true gamer. True gamer.
True gamer.
You know what? It's funny because I actually did that at a convention once. I ate a whole pizza in front of this one concession worker where it was a comic convention, and some of the prices for that for the food there were like really wild. Like,
they get to be ridiculous. Yeah,
they get pretty crazy.
Seriously.
Although, like, I'll pay some money for food. Like that's my main thing. Like I enjoy going to panels. I enjoy walking down the artist alley and buying artwork, and that's where you'll find me. But like this particular one, yeah, like it was like crazier than usual. I was like, oh man. And there was outside there was this guy. He's like he's a pizza maker, and he's got his own like food truck and stuff like that, and you always catch him at every convention all around Houston. And I saw him, and he had these $10 pizzas, and you can get a large pizza. And this was like around like midnight, where it's like, I'm hungry. And I bought one of the pizzas. I went back inside, and I went to one of the seating areas, and there was like this one of the ladies from the concession like selling like this crazy overpriced like barbecue and stuff, and she was like super just really bored, and she was just staring me down with this large pizza, and it got a little awkward at first. You okay? Open up the box, and I ate every single pizza, just eye contact back and forth.
Ow.
And so it seemed like from the look, it's like you don't think I could do this. And so,
You're challenging me.
So
yeah,
that was a challenge.
yeah, ate the whole thing. Then took the box, and it was like there was like a small little there was like this trash can where it was like this tube trash can with like a small little thing that you put the food in. I like took the box, rolled it all up, and then just put it in the trash, and was like, "You have," and then just walked out. And I think that was a victory.
No,
Yeah, you
I
won that.
mean,
You won that night, man. You won that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
She was just like, "What is his problem?" Like, I wasn't even looking at him.
It's like I am hungry.
She looked at you like, you won't do it.
Yeah.
You won't eat that whole pizza. You gonna take some of that home. You're like, nah, I'm gonna eat this whole pizza in front of you.
Man, like I only wish I could do stuff like that, because here's the thing about me. I have the biggest like affinity towards cheese. Like anything, I don't care what it is. Cheese is like the best invention in the world. But I'm severely lactose intolerant. So yeah.
Okay. All right. What can we think? What substitutes? What?
I don't care.
He's not here to live
Here's
a long time, man. He's just here to have a good time.
Exactly. Not a long time, but a great time. But here's my philosophy, Shannon. I'm just like, look, if you're gonna, and some people have allergies to certain things. I get it. But if it's for a dietary reason, or you're like me and you just happen to be lactose intolerant, dude, I'm gonna get vegan cheese pizza. No, just eat the pizza, bro. Eat the pizza, but eat it at the house, so you don't ruin everybody else's time. So I'm like you, I get the pizza and I eat it at home, and then I'm slowly dying at the house, but nobody else experiences that but me, and I'm okay. I'm gonna make it, but I gotta have enough pizza.
Gotta have the pizza. Like, all right, I'm gonna take my vacation time. Do not disturb me during my vacation time.
And my chocolate milk.
Okay.
He doubles down. He doubles down. He doubles down.
I'm a huge chocolate milk fan.
I'm gonna go to the store, get some Nestle Quaker right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Let's not even talk about coffee. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
coffee.
Let's not even talk about coffee.
Because this man's a coffee addict.
Okay.
I love coffee. That's why I talk about Starbucks, because I just feel so fancy, man. Starbucks just makes it's just the best. It's like cake in a cup. It's not even coffee anymore. Like
that's when you drink with the pinky out.
with the pinky out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Really?
that's a whole nother panel right there. Just coffee.
What's your weapon of choice, man? What do you like to drink? What's your favorite kind of coffee?
Okay, I would say like my favorite, if we're going after different styles of how to brew it, I like siphon coffee the most, or like it's like it's like through these beakers and stuff like that, where it takes quite a while, but
yes.
Like I'm a big fan of dark roast. The thing is, when you siphon it, you get the least amount of bitterness, but the strength of the coffee it's all there. You can drink it black without any sort of bitterness. Now, I enjoy the bitters. I don't mind it. Like I drink coffee like all in different styles. It depends on the day. Like what kind of coffee are you having today? That depends on what your day is today.
Basically.
So like siphon coffee, that's just perfect if I want to go out somewhere and I'm just gonna be like just writing in a public area. Siphon coffee, perfect. It's nice. Get rid of the bitterness. You have that strong, intense flavor. If it's a day off where I don't have to go anywhere, you know what? I'm gonna try French press. And then what you do with that, so you wanna when you have your grounds in there, you wanna put a little bit of water, sprinkle like pour a little bit over the top, let it sit for about 10 minutes and stuff. Let that wake up. And then of course you brew your hot water. Then you pour in the hot water. Press it down, let it sit. Then there you go. All right, just a little something Yeah,
Like,
but
little
that's
Well,
technique.
trust me, that's all we drink. Joshua knows all about this.
Like I only do French press. I barely even get it out like the regular coffee machine. Like I'm just doing the French press every time.
That's it.
Dark
That's-
roast.
Yeah.
Most of the time, just no creamer or sugar, just dark coffee straight up.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, man.
That's living the
Yeah.
fancy life. Yeah, and it's cool. I understand like people who if you can't drink just black coffee, like I get it, but something about it is like really good. Like I said, it's there's different styles for everyone. But yeah, like I remember when I was little, like I learned how to drink just all black coffee from my grandparents, because like they would get up at 4 or 5 in the morning, and then they had that like old school metal coffee pot, and they put
Yeah.
that thing on the stove, and then
Yeah.
like when I was little, I was like, "Can I have some coffee? I want to try some coffee. Can I try some coffee?" And it's like, "All right, you're gonna learn how to try some coffee and drink it black." And that is as bitter as it gets, but I tried it, and I really like coffee. But when it comes down to those busy days where it's okay, I got a lot of work to do, I gotta get stuff done. Black coffee, you're good to go. On production sets, black coffee is like the most wonderful gift from heaven, because I need to work, I need to go. You don't have time to go on a break or rest or chill. No. Coffee, as long as it is actual coffee, I'm good. Yeah, there was I was on one set where we had a PA that he was from out of town. Like we were working with a few crew members, like this company that like they were from out of town, and they came down to Texas, and some of the members on the crew like I've worked with before, and the PA was like, "What do you guys want? Do you can I get y'all something to drink and stuff?" And everyone just yelled out, "Coffee!" And it's like, "You guys want some frappuccinos or something like that?" And it's like really hot. It was like 90 something degrees outside. It's like, "No, just black coffee." It's like, "Are you sure?" It's like,
Right.
yes. And then everyone's drinking it like water. That is the fuel of life.
No,
Oh
seriously.
my gosh.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Demetrius, you gotta hop on the train, man.
I had a bad experience with coffee as a kid, so yeah, Yeah. So what happened was the doctor prescribed it to me to get rid of my ADD. He was like, "This will help you get rid of ADD." So he prescribed me to drink coffee. I was 7, so I was thinking, okay, why not? I yacked all of that coffee over my grandmother's whole entire house at everywhere.
Oh.
So
Oh.
yeah, I haven't touched coffee ever since then. I was like, yeah, I think coffee's for me.
And that is fine. Don't anger grandma.
What about you, Captain Creamer? Yeah.
Oh, me?
Oh, Captain
Yes.
Kramer.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Captain
I
Creamer.
know. There is no shame in my game. I have the girliest like coffee. Man, please. I put all the whipped cream, and I want mine to be basically like chocolate milk with extra steps, basically. Like,
Okay.
That's
Hot chocolate,
That's
hot chocolate with a little bit of.
no, sir. I
that's
want
fine.
ice in mine.
Oh,
like,
you're
iced
ice coffee guy.
Iced
Okay.
coffee.
Yes.
Okay, now that
All
is
right.
very fancy, but hey, it's very good.
It's
Hey.
delicious. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, yes, dude. I want like all the like. There was this. When I went to California, I went to go visit him, Dimitri's in Stockton, and the first drink I had right off the plane, it was this iced triple mocha from Starbucks, and I must have had that 5 times in the week that I was there. Like I even went, like Demetrius, his grandma even took me like riding one day. She was like, "Where do you want to go?" I'm like, "Starbucks. I want some more of that triple. I have to have that
Yes.
triple mocha." But yeah, man, it was so good. And it's just like I said, all the whipped cream, man, I want it. Is icy, slushy. I just gotta have it. Like it's just delicious.
Okay. Hey, fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
With a croissant, and I'm good.
No, you didn't say. No, you didn't say it the right way, bro.
I'm sorry, croissant.
There you
With a
go.
croissant.
Ah, you fancy now.
I'm fancy.
Pinky
man,
out,
I'm
man.
fancy.
Pinky out and everything.
Gotta have the pinky out.
and a croissant.
Definitely. But yeah, Shannon, man, we talked about a lot of good stuff, man. But I really wanted to know more about you professionally. You know, I want to know what exactly interests you because like I told you about Marcus, and I'm glad you guys got to meet because we're all cinephiles here. Like we love film. So I want to know what interests you about film. And also, like for you, what were the early years of your career like working in the film and television industry?
Oh man, well get ready because some of talking to Demetrius and Marcus kind of tied into it when we.
Oh, we about to put you out.
I guess I've always been a fan of movies since I was really little, and when I was like young, like I have an older brother. When we were little, you play with your action figures and stuff like that, and you like get your Ninja Turtles and your Power Rangers and everything, and you put them all
Of
together
course.
in one cinematic epic battle and stuff. And the biggest thing that I enjoyed doing was developing stories and arcs for what our action figures would do. Like, yeah, this is cool. We can have Spider-Man and we can have Donatello do this. But if we save it for we have to have a purpose for them to really do this. And like I would actually write out just the breakdowns of things. And I was a big fan of watching movies with my family and stuff. And I always had a love for cinema. And I remember what got it started of like just movies and just working in entertainment was I was in school and there was that whole thing. I don't know if y'all had to go through it where teachers were like, hey, we're going to give you this test to determine or give you an idea of what you're going to do as a career path in the future. And it kind of determined like direction. So it's, yeah,
Okay.
and I was not a fan of it. It freaked me out because I'm a kid. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I don't want to take a test that tells me that this is what you'll be doing and stuff for the rest of your life.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, thank you. But I remember freaking out about it a lot. But I every night, like I would always be writing stories, watching and critiquing movies,
Hmm.
and then during the school day freaking out over what am I going to do as a career.
Wow.
And eventually like it just came to me where I don't even know what the test said or recommended or whatever, but eventually I put two and two together where I was like, I want to make movies. I want to work in production. Like I want to be on set and stuff because it always seemed really magical to me. And so two movies that really triggered that like more definitive of like I'm doing this was at the time Spider-Man Tobey Maguire. The first one came out in theaters and I was a huge Spider-Man fan and I was a huge comic fan. I never thought that they'd take my hero and actually make him look realistic on the big screen
Yeah.
and stuff. Like this has to be some type of animated movie. They can't do this. Like my mind cannot process this.
Same, yeah.
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 That was a big moment, yeah.
Yeah, and then that came out and I loved every bit of it. I just fell in love with it where it's like however they did this, I want to learn how do you do this? What's the behind the scenes? What is the process? And the fact that to me it seemed like a Saturday morning cartoon where someone wrote this with real people. Like I want to be able to do that. And then a month later, I saw Star Wars Episode 2.
Hey, there we
And
go.
yeah, and I know it's bad,
Yes.
but it's still checked off on my list of things I did want to see. And it's another big franchise. Like I was a huge fan of Star Wars, and to see that on screen, that was like another movie that was like, do it. Like this is where you need to be, which is wild. And that's what got me interested in I want to make movies. I want to make movies. And then from that point, all my writing was like I was going to library trying to figure out like how do you write scripts? From that point I was always writing just stories, but it's like how do I correctly write movie scripts. And when I was like 16 or whatever, my parents got me my first like video camera, and it was like a little DV camera with the tape and stuff like that. And I remember my grandmother had given me a computer, and I had like Windows Movie Maker, just like
Yeah.
anything. Like I would try to figure out how to edit, go to the library and look up stuff because YouTube was nowhere near existing. And
The olden days, dark ages.
yeah, it was the dark ages,
It
and
sure
like
was. Yeah.
yeah, but it was like I was just trying to pick up anything I could, and I would just really like study movies as much as possible, and I would try to figure out like how did they do that? How did they edit that? How did they do that? And so I was like really just like trying to learn as much as I could on the writing side and also on the editing side. Ultimately, I wanted to direct, but it wasn't just one thing. Like I wanted to learn as much of everything as much as possible, and that's what kind of where things sparked. And so a lot of stuff, it would just be from watching movies and picking up things from different stuff that I saw, different books that I read in libraries. And then eventually I slowly started to connect with people that were in that field where, and it started off with small things, going to church, they got the camera operator, and so just asking
Right.
the camera operator like, how do you do this, what's this, what's that, being that annoying little kid like, how do you do this stuff? And then I remember at one point I had one friend, like he was older, he had just went to college and he was a animation student and stuff, and I remember he took a few editing classes and stuff, and I'm not gonna say what software, but he gave me a version of a software whether it was free or not. And I was like, hey, I got this. Here you go. And then learn that and just learn how to dabble and stuff with different editing softwares other than Movie Maker because it's all I had. And then for the most like the early stages, it was just picking up whatever I could, however I could learn it. Where I didn't have an actual teacher or instructor. It's just like how much can I learn on my own? And then that is where things started into freelancing where I got to a comfortable spot where I would make like mini videos and stuff like I would make like fun little short films on my own. Then I would start making like little videos for my friends and for like their birthday parties and stuff. Like you want to I can make little videos like highlights and stuff, highlight reels. And then those started turning into actual things.
Mm.
And of course, like with like rinse and repeat of just learning what works, what doesn't works and stuff, things got better where it's like, oh, the quality starts to rise up a little bit. Oh, these are the mistakes that I did with this gig, but I'm going to do better this time. And then the work ethic of communicating with people and your prices, the things that you can offer, packages of things and stuff like that. As I got older, like somehow I ended up in weddings. Like I did weddings for quite a long time, and it's fun. I will never do it again now,
Yeah.
but that's a whole nother level of demand there. But I did a lot of freelance stuff and stuff on my own where yeah, like I would just market myself. I started off like with these like cheap cards because scanners, like you got scanners, that became a thing, and I would make my own stuff, print my own cards and stuff of hey, you need someone, here's me, like you can contact me and stuff. And that's how I like got started working on things. And then it was like that for quite some like a few years until when I got older I had done different gigs and stuff. I got paid to do certain gigs here and there. And then once I got to college, I had started a community college and stuff where some of the main things, yeah, I want to get better at this. I want to actually go to a school where I can really learn and have a teacher where I can enhance my skills and stuff and take it to another level because it's so much I can do on my own. Like I actually want
Exactly.
to yeah learn more. And for the first few years I was going to work, like I was working full time during the day and then I worked night shifts, and so I was like doing part time at school because I couldn't find the college that had the things that I wanted to do. Because I really wanted to go into narrative filmmaking. Like I wanted to make movies. And a lot of the colleges around me nearby was like, it was more into television or communications and stuff. And it didn't have quite what I wanted. And eventually I found the school that had the things that I wanted where it's, yeah, this is exactly that. I'm actually learning
What you're interested in.
what I'm interested in. Yeah, and they taught like production, post production, and all the different positions of a crew on being on set and stuff. And there was different professors for different things, writing instructors, where it's like, how do you structure a story from scratch and how it develops from beginning to end. And then you had teachers. There were also a television. There was instructors that were experienced in that field, that if you were working on a TV show or a news set, like, this is the equipment, this is how you use that equipment. And then of course the main thing, film sets, where my biggest things is that, yeah, I wanted to be a director. I love directing. I also love writing, and I feel like for me they go hand in hand, where it's, if I develop this story, if I create it from my mind onto the paper, then for me, I have to see that all the way through. I love directing. Directing is wonderful in itself, but at least for me, it's, if I write it, then I have to see it all the way through. And yeah, like, you're seeing your vision progress and process until you get the finished product. But directing was one thing, writing was another. And just the fact I'm being on set, like, I kind of did all the different positions. Like, I thought that grip work was pretty cool. I love the camera department. I thought camera operating was awesome. I love the lighting department, where my favorite is between lighting department and camera department when it comes to actually being on set. But I wanted to learn as much as I could to be as well rounded as I could, because
Makes
everything
sense.
about just film and just narrative storytelling was like, that just drew me in. And I found the school. I went to school for digital film and video production, and I got my bachelor's degree there. And throughout my whole college process, I'm still doing gigs here and there and stuff. And then with that new education, new connections, new people that you meet, you find more people that are like you, and it's developing those friendships and those bonds. And like, it's something special. And not only that, but it's like, even the work that you get, no one that went, like, all the people that went there, they were also freelancing and trying to, like, get work in wherever they could, all sorts of hours. I would be filming like a student project for class at 3 in the morning on a Wednesday, and still be at school for 8 a.m. And then, oh, I
Yeah.
got a personal gig where it's like, oh, you would like me to film a commercial for your company? Yeah, I can schedule that in and get that done right before I get my homework done. And I can do this over here. So it's, everyone was just constantly working. And then now with these new friendships, these connections, it's like, really, like, your classmates became your crew members, where it's like, everyone everyone's got their thing, that's it. Like, we could do all the positions on this crew, but this is what I love and stuff. And it's like, developing those friendships were great. Throughout college, I gained like a lot of knowledge and stuff, and the professors were really awesome. And even now, the professors, like, were so cool, where it's like, even now, I've been out of college for a long time, and it's, even every once in a while, like, I message or call up a professor, hey, I need a critique on something.
That's the
you
best. I love
know
that. Yeah.
yeah, but I went to school for it. And then after leaving, well, graduating and stuff, I continued to do different things. Like, I've worked on film sets throughout the years. I've worked on concerts and stuff, where as crew in the camera department. I've done grip work. I've worked on commercials, just like fun different things, like, throughout. And eventually, I found my way in anime, which was, I was not expecting that whatsoever.
Yeah.
And
How did you fall into
I,
that?
so it was like, oh wow, I'm gonna be honest, like, I was very confused. Like, the
Yeah.
so I knew that I was gonna be like, I wasn't gonna be traveling anywhere for quite some time. And so I needed to get a new job, but I wanted to keep it in somewhere in narrative storytelling. Like, any jobs that has to do with storytelling, telling, narrative, production work, like, I need to be there, because it's like, if I'm at any other job, I'm not gonna have a good time
No, that makes sense.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always good to stay in the field too. Yeah. So I there was a friend of mine that told me like, hey, I'm working at this one production company. We're actually looking for some editors and stuff. Would you be interested in applying? I think you'd really like it over here. And I was, yeah, thinking about it. You can yeah, sure. Send me the information or whatever. I'll give you my resume. But I was kind of like, I don't want to, I don't want to edit. I liked editing, but like from working on weddings and stuff, I hate getting calls where people want things modified or adjusted because it's like, all right, and you adjust it, and then they're like, oh, more like this, all right, and then oh, actually,
Yeah, I could.
it's like this,
Yeah,
and then you revert to the original thing. It's like it's perfect, and all right,
I can see how that can get annoying.
yeah. So I wasn't really too much like eager to jump on the editing train, but it's something that I could do. So I was like, okay, I'm giving them my information if that's cool. And then I had another friend that was like, hey, there's this place that I'm doing some work at and stuff like that, and they're looking for editors. And I was like, all right, you know what? You can give them my contact information and stuff. It's fine. Or you can, if they're looking, then if you can send me the email and I can send a message or whatever. And then I ran into an old professor of mine, and he was like, hey, Shannon, there's this place that I've done some work for them in the past, and they're really awesome company and stuff. And I know that they're looking for editors. Once again, it's like editors. And I was
Word.
sure. And he told me just like his experience working with them and stuff. And it was, I can put in a good word for you and stuff. I can see if you're interested, maybe I can work something out. Like maybe give you an email with someone that you can email and talk to and stuff, and see if you can get in. It's like, all right, sure. Like that sounds great. Sounds great. And so I emailed. I was like, hello, my name is Shannon Reed, and it's recommended me. I would love for an opportunity to meet and stuff like that whole process. And I got a response and talked. They gave me the breakdown of what they were looking for and stuff, and I got an interview, and it was really cool. When I actually I got an in-person interview, and we were just like going through just specs of just editing, exporting this, that, and stuff. And it was like a very specifically detailed technical interview. And I remember when I got there, it's like I was seeing like these posters all on the walls of anime and all these different things, and in the back of my mind it was okay, this is interesting. But I didn't pay too much mind on it because like I thought from the way that the conversations, like the emails and the conversations during the interview was going, I thought that this was like a corporate job where it's like every now and then it seems like from their posters it seems like they do narrative like creative type stuff, but it seemed like this was like a corporate job from the way that the interview was going.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I remember right at the end I like took a moment because everything went well and stuff, and I just took a breather and I was like, excuse me, I'm very sorry, and this is probably horrible to ask, but what is this? And then they told me, yeah, this is anime. And I was like, and here to me, it was so shocking because like I didn't know that it was down here, and which I thought it was really cool because I thought I was gonna be editing for corporate videos and commercials and stuff. And when I found out that this is anime, I was just like really excited and really thankful because it's wow, like this is ultimately like for me, like this is like narrative storytelling, and I thought it was really cool. And when I started working there, like I started as an editor and I transitioned into being a director in that role. And like for that I was really excited when I found out that yeah, oh, this is I'm on one side on the editing process, but yeah, there's directors here and there's the whole process of dubbing and stuff. And like I had demo reels and stuff that kept up to date where it's like, hey, like I'm more than happy to do whatever and stuff. And it's like I brought demo reels of directing work, camera operating, lighting, where it's like, hey, if
Basically, yeah.
yeah. And then I worked in as an editor, and then I transitioned into directing role and learned a lot from all of the directors and shadow whenever I could. I remember taking like lunch breaks where it's like, can I shadow you for and stuff? And I would shadow and
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what's up.
yeah. And it's never been a boring day. Like I've been there for since 2013, and
Oh
It has
wow.
never been a boring day.
That's
And
what's up.
yeah, but yeah, like that's how I got my start there, and it's always been fun. The shows that I get to work on, it's really cool because every show is like a brand new adventure. And I remember like at one point in my life, I was like working at a grocery store, and I was like, I would hate it where it's, man, I want to do something more. I want to do something more. And so I'm really blessed and thankful that
That's what's up.
I got the opportunity to be here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. Each show is, it's like a new adventure.
Nah, I bet. Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I got my start.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that really is.
yeah. But yeah, of course now I'm constantly learning. Like you never stop learning anything. Like the day you stop learning is the day you die, because from beginning to end, you're always going to be a student of something. You'll always be learning. So every single thing you like soak up that information. So to me, every day is like very entertaining. And yeah, like I said, each project, it's like a brand new, what are we doing today? And it's cool because I was already, I was a fan of anime, but after starting there, it really opened my eyes to this is anime. Like, I think everyone has their go-to shows that they've watched. I think everyone's seen Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's a go-to.
yeah.
For me, my first anime was Ronin Warriors, and I thought it
Mm.
was like so legit. They were like, it was like the Power Rangers of anime. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I didn't see it, but I've seen like clips, and I'm like, yeah, this is like Samurai Power Rangers, like the whole entire show. That's what it is.
yeah, that was my reference. That Dragon Ball Z and Gundam. I was a huge Gundam fan.
Oh no.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Josh is
Josh
the
is the
biggest
biggest
Gundam
Gundam
fan
fan
ever.
ever. Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
what'd you think of Double O?
Oh.
Double O. I actually haven't even started Double O. I've only watched the original MSG and Zeta.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So have you not seen Wing?
I haven't. I haven't even.
Like that.
I barely
What I
watched Wing.
remember.
I have to watch Wing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. That was my like entrance to anime, and yeah, once I got there, it was like a whole world of this is what you've seen. This is what there is. So yeah, no, it's been fun ever since. So yeah, that's my start.
No, that's really cool, man.
That's really cool. Yeah.
I just want to know, just I guess, just a little bit of just info about yourself as far as like types of storytelling. Like as far as like writers, do you have any favorite, or especially early on, do you have any favorite like screenplay writers in particular, or do you have a favorite genre of storytelling?
I don't have a favorite genre. When I was younger, I was a big fan of Tarantino.
What? That's what's up.
Hey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the guy, man.
I do Tarantino's.
Dang, too bad Marcus isn't here.
Right, he would have went off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as like genres, I don't have a specific one. When it comes to genres and stories, for me, I think it's cool to stay well rounded, where it's like you can gear or learn to write any type of genre, even though
That's
you
some
may
good
be terrible
advice.
at it at the beginning. Everything that you start off with, I had one professor that's every story that pops up in your mind, if it's a spark in your mind, like that idea, write it out, because it's gonna be trash the first time you write it. He used other words, but yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
a
I get you.
steaming pile of trash. But once you write it, you've got it out of your system that first time. And so, of course, the first time you write something, that's not the end product. You've just started. So the big thing is just getting it out of your system, because there's a lot of things that can prevent you and cause you to procrastinate. And
Yes.
that's like really the biggest hurdle that you have. Or at least for me, it's yeah, like you think about something so much and it's all these cool things and stuff like that, but getting it fully out of your system onto paper, onto a computer, getting it done, then that's when you can finally say, okay, now it's time to get the work started. And you're gonna like, you actually dissect your work, where, look, you may think you're the greatest writer of all, but you're gonna have so many imperfections, and get past that, because you're not. And to like, you can make something great, but it takes work and it takes time. And so take that piece of work and dissect it, actually go in and and restructure, make your rewrites, what work, what doesn't work for your characters, cause and effect. There has to be reason for your characters to do this and that. You need structure, and there's a skeleton for every story. You know, what's the reason for your character to end up here? What's the inciting incident that causes this whole thing to go into effect? Build storyboards, build timelines for your entire story, character arcs, like actually have breakdowns. And then you take that pile of work, and then you start to piece by piece apply it, and what works, what doesn't work, and then how do I get from point A to point B? And then you continue to brainstorm, and that's where your rewrites come into play, until you finally get an effective and cohesive story. And then when you read it out entirely, it's okay, now I've got a story. Now it's time for the paint job. And when it comes to your Star Wars episode 2, that's when you start to fine tune and get a better written product, and then get critiques, because yeah, everyone's not gonna like your stuff, and you gotta
Yeah.
accept the fact that this may sound like the greatest thing in my mind. Other people may not like it. There may be things that I missed, or there may be things that might be biased about, where it's like, oh, this is great, this is perfect, this is the best thing ever. Where it's like, it's good to have feedback. You do need feedback, and from people, not people that will be like, oh, this is great, this is nice. Like, no,
Right.
give me your honest opinion and stuff,
Yeah.
and take that information, process it, and apply it. Like, ultimately, it is your idea, what you feel like is like, this is a key point, this is something that needs to happen. Of course, like, this is your story, but getting past the hurdle of, this is my baby, my story, like, you have to take constructive criticism and get used to the fact that not everyone's gonna like this, and that's okay. What can I do to make my story better? Like, your story is gonna go through changes, but that's the whole shaping process. So genre wise, I don't have a favorite genre. Really, for me, it kind of goes with the seasons or whatever. What story do I want to tell right now at this particular point in my life? And to me, that's fine, because it can go all over the place. And then back to that just writers. I am a fan of Christopher Nolan for,
Oh yeah.
and then this kind of goes like a little weirdly, oddly away from screenwriters, but when I was in school, I was a huge fan of literature. And I remember I was a big fan when, like, in my school, I had a teacher that he was a gym teacher that also taught literature, and he taught us about Shakespeare. And so I found, in particular, Hamlet. It was like my favorite play that he wrote. Also Macbeth, and just not only like the old English, but the scenarios and situations that all these characters got placed in, and particularly Hamlet, where his whole point was avenging his father. And he was nowhere near being the perfect human being, because he had a lot of flaws. But the fact that I found it interesting that he dedicated the rest of his life, whether it ended quickly or swiftly, but he put his mind set to, I'm going to avenge my father, whether this turns out wrong or not. And the fact that how you can shift to that level of focus to get an objective done, and then just it's like a collapse of dominoes with the people around him and the relationships, all for one particular goal. But anyway, like, I really was a huge fan of Shakespeare, and even to this day, like, I really enjoy the grim tales.
Yes,
Different,
Yes,
yeah,
man.
love
like,
those.
Speaking my language. Yes.
yeah, and it's like just a variety of different short stories. My inspiration comes from not just screenwriters, but really just storytellers in general, like the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
huge fan of that. I really like Michael Connolly books where it's more mystery, suspense thrillers where it follows there's some type of case that needs to be solved and we need to find out who this murderer is. Just like whatever pops up and comes to mind. It could be paintings that you find inspiration in, but as far as like writers, not just screenwriters, but just storytellers, novelists, like in general. But yeah, it for me, it's just whatever. What do I want to tell at this particular time in my life? That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
find interesting.
Hmm.
So are you a big J.J. Abrams fan? Star
Uh,
Wars? You like that?
Oh, why are you
You
gonna
like-
ask a question like that, man?
Oh,
You don't even know what you don't even know what you started,
right.
man. You don't even know
all
what you
right.
started. Woo!
I'm sorry, I had to say it.
You
I
know,
had to say it. You like that stuff?
Oh man, why you
um,
gotta do it like that?
I will say I am a fan of his lens flares, even though he's gotten hate. But I'm cool with the lens flare. That's
Okay.
kind of that's where it ends.
That's all. That's
Gotcha.
all. That's it. That's all. There's nothing else you want to say about that. Not even.
Yeah, yep, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's
All
it.
right. All right. Okay.
Oh, poor JJ. It's all
I
good.
think he's all right. I think he's all right. You know,
No, he's
he
cool,
has a
man.
successful career, and he's
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely, but
Oh,
yeah, I agree with you though. Like on a more serious note, yeah, I'm definitely a fan of not just screenwriters, but just writers in general. Like I talk about it every podcast. My favorite genre is just horror. Like I love it. I'm a huge Rod Serling fan. Like Twilight
really?
Zone.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And I love Charlie Kaufman. Like, I'm a huge fan of his. Stephen King, of course. I just love like the kings of horror and suspense. Like, I just love it because the thing that I love about it is the fact that you can take a certain type of story and it's something that shouldn't feel new. Okay, you got a guy, he's going after somebody and he's going to kill somebody, and then some might have some kind of a twist at the end or something. But in order to have that kind of frame and then you write it, and we're still surprised at the end, or it's still a moving story. That's just great to me because horror, the genre has been played with so many times, it should be boring. But you have guys
Yeah.
like Ari Aster and that write movies like Midsummer and Hereditary, and they just pretty much like reinvent the genre. So
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like nothing is new under the sun, but you can always add your particular twist to something. Like you can
Yeah.
always bring that, even though yeah, these a lot of stories have been told, but making it your own is the thing, that twist that makes everything seem like this is a fresh perspective on something that I thought I was familiar with. And yeah, oh my god, like Midsummer, I just saw that recently.
Oh man, we saw that in theaters, man. That was
We
so. That
freaked
was.
out.
Woo!
That
was
was
Remember that guy? That guy
that was
next
a
door was
terrible
like.
idea.
That guy next to us was like. He just like. Did you see that? I'm like. Oh, I saw that. Like.
That was an
Um,
experience.
I saw the trailer for that thing and was like, I know what this is. I'm staying away from this. I was convinced to watch it, and
It was amazing.
yeah, and
Yes.
it's not even it's not shock horror, which
Right.
makes it even better, but it's that slow burn of uncomfort. It's like it kind of goes back
Yes.
to Hitchcock, where
Yes. Yes.
yeah, he is using not only the environment, but he like they are aware of your uncomfort, and you can even see things. I liked Midsummer because they were taking things like, see how the framing is positioned. Why is it that we're going into close up and extreme close ups and stuff? Even with your camera composition, how you place things can determine your uncomfort level. For example, like with the 180 line when you're filming a shot, if we're having a conversation and it's, let's say it's showing me, then it cuts back to a reversal shot of you talking in conversation, feels natural. When you break the 180 line, because it's, if I'll be on, it'll be like 180 line, camera is showing me, then it cuts, staying on that same line and doing the reversal, it feels natural. When you break the 180 line, that's very uncomfortable. It's jarring because in my mind it triggers that something's not right. Something seems very off. But in Midsummer, they have broken certain rules with knowing what the rules are. Certain things where it's like the composition does change, where I believe once or twice they did break the 180 rule, but it was intentional because it's meant to trigger that uncomfortness in your imagination where it's just very unsettling. And then there's small little placements in the background and stuff, like I won't give away specific stuff, but it's subtleties, but it's like subconsciously you pick up on that, and that is a very great tool of good storytelling, because it's like you are making me uncomfortable. You don't have to rely on shock, horror, or
Thank
any
you.
jump scares and stuff, but I am slowly feeling more and more unsafe,
Anxious.
uncomfortable. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then when they get closer into those close-up shots and stuff, now I feel like I'm trapped and stuff, where it's I want to see beyond that frame. I want to see what's off screen over here, but I can't. And then you're closing in here. Now I feel claustrophobic of what's happening in this scene, in this room. And it's wonderful. They're literally messing with your imagination, and it's all you freaking out. They don't have to jump scare.
Exactly. About using your imagination, that brings me to, because basically I'm not like you and Chad, Shen, where like y'all classically, all like more classical literature, where you say, yeah, I love this author and that author. I'm real dirty with it, and I like to go on Reddit and YouTube horror stories.
Hey, it's all good.
And stuff like that with all the with the narrations, and you got like this weird guy nobody knows, but with that, how on Reddit they got like a horror story written out. But even with that, like there's no camera or anything, or on YouTube they might have like scary music or a narration. Yeah. But that's just that. It's like you're scared to watch it in like your room alone, because you're just left with nothing but your imagination.
Yeah, like you've got hooked in.
Exactly.
And it's like the way that it's written and described, the fact that you can process what you're saying, the detail in your writing is making me cringe. but yet something's keeping me there, where it's like I gotta finish the rest of this. Like, where's where are you going with it? Yeah, that is amazing storytelling, really. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be classic old stuff. Like I said, nothing's new under the sun. It's just every individual's twist from their point of view, from their certain point of view of how they present their ideas. So yeah,
exactly.
You can grab inspiration from anywhere.
No, you really can. But yeah, that's just why I love that genre so much. And then, like we just talked about Midsummer, it's really so Alfred Hitchcock is really a masterclass, man. You talk about like Midsummer, and you talk about Birds. It's like they really don't give themselves, they don't make excuses. I love horror filmed in daylight. I love daylight horror because it eliminates the excuse for a jump scare. So it's just like you have to rely solely on the writing and the build up. Like there's this one scene that me and Joshua will laugh about all the time. It's actually funny in Midsummer, but it's not even really that scary. But the main character's boyfriend is almost at the climax, and they're
oh, no, not that.
I love it, bro. He's freaking out because I think he just sipped the drink, and he's like, "What's going on?" And the dude just like no expression on his face, just turns around.
Yep.
I'm just like, bro, what is this? It's just so well written, man.
Yeah.
It really was.
It really is. It's really great.
Definitely.
Especially I was gonna say, especially the part where like the main girl, like you also get scared because of being annoyed by a certain thing, because you're just like, oh my gosh, stop crying, stop being upset.
Yeah, she was upset
It's
the
like,
whole time.
Yeah,
Big
She was
the
pretty
whole
upset.
upset.
Yeah.
And one of the great things that like because she of course is your main character, and the thing is, first of all, like if I'm watching a movie, you really have like up to 2 minutes to grab my attention, or else I'm not gonna watch this, or you've
Yes.
lost me for the remainder of this movie if I even continue to watch this.
Yeah.
But you have to have a hook, and then not only that, but your main character, you need to feel either sympathy or empathy for them. Like I have to relate to you in some kind of way. Like I have to care in some way, or I have to have some type of dislike enough to like charge me to continue to see the progress and the outcome of this character. But for that movie in particular, right off the bat, yeah, I understand. I felt bad for her, and then it's as things progress, you wanted her to like, hey, go, don't know.
No.
It's like just the battle between you and your screen of just no.
No,
No,
exactly.
it just, the movie for me is just like, I think he said like covenant. And he said it so briefly and so like calmly. I was like, that is the trigger word. That is the word that says no, don't go
Stay
there.
home.
Stay
Right.
home. You can get that experience on the internet. That's why we have Google.
Right.
That's why I checked. That's why I was like, okay, I know exactly where this is going. I'm hooked, but I don't want to be here because I know like I would not make that choice. I'd be like, yeah, I'm staying right here. I got Google right here. I can search up all the things that in the world. But I understood, like I was like, okay, she got to go on an adventure. She got to get out of her head. That makes sense. So
Google Maps that thing. Like, huh. Yeah, y'all got internet over there.
Oh,
and it kept getting progressively worse. Like they like did well, not, I guess I'm gonna spoil it now because y'all should have saw it by now. I'm gonna do a little bit. But they started doing like drugs and stuff, and I'm like, that's not what you do in a place you've never been.
I've
like,
never been. Like you don't know.
And then it was like out of like a happy-go-lucky story, like the intro. They were like, everybody here's happy and go lucky, rainbows, and I was like, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
Honestly, I would have been done before they even took the plane to go there. Was like, it was so cringy because they had their trip planned, and then she was like, "Hey guys, did you guys hear about?" Yeah, and it's like, and you can tell how everyone's uncomfortable. That to me, that would have been nope.
Exactly. I'm not wanted here, so let me not. No, I'm good.
Yeah, no, thank you. But yeah, and then of course once all that and there's no way I'm staying after. Why?
You're like that one couple. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. That one
Right,
couple. They were like, ah, no, we gotta go.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Once stuff got hairy, it's like I got to get up out of here. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I left something on that train that was back there. It's like I'll walk. I'll see y'all later. And yeah.
But yeah, that's just all examples for me. Like I said, all of we talked about is all examples of good writing. That's why I really like and I appreciate the background, or kind of, I guess, the gymnastics that you guys have to go through when taking like this Japanese material and forming it in a way to where American audiences can relate to it and understand the content. And I just think it's really cool. I appreciate the writers and the directors and all that kind of stuff. And I just wanted to know like more technicals about how that works, because I know mostly you're an ADR director, but you also have done some casting too, right? Like casting director.
Yeah, yes, for the shows that we direct, we cast. So that's pretty much every show. But the way, like, when it comes to, I guess, the writing aspect of things, just like to put a whole show together, it's a team project. Like we have different departments, different people that are working on different things. We have people working on the just editing, like lining everything up for broadcast, for when you see it streamed or when you see things on home video. We have people that work on captions and people that work on subtitles. and stuff, where that's in-house. Like there's someone that's going through every single detailed thing, making sure everything is perfect. And yeah, we have translators that translate it, because you can translate it to English, and then this is the translation, and that takes a lot. But making it, not only properly translating it, but it is cohesive and it does make sense, and this is also accurate. Like that is a job within itself. And then we have our script writers that fine tune it and make it more fluent and stuff, and to match the actual mouth flaps that you see with the animation. And then for the directors, all of the directors are also writers. And when we get these scripts, we fine tune it ourselves, because the script writers, they do a wonderful job of making things flow. And then we just put that finishing touch of, okay, let's modify this. Let's really make this sink in and smooth. And if there's an important part of the story, of course, we keep the story, it's the same. We're not making this like, oh, this was a dark tale about a father that wants revenge, and we just turned this into the happiest thing of all. No, we can't change it to something like that, but we can add our own taste to it to make it flow. And if there are things that, yeah, this doesn't really work, but we still hit the same points, the same plot points in the story, then yeah, we also write or rewrite as well. So it's a process. And then like when we're actually working on the show with the actors in the studio, it's a communicating process where it's a director's job is to know the ins and out of the show, the ins and out of the characters, where the characters start, where they are, and where they're going. And you need to have the big picture as well as the individual character picture. And it's like a wavelength of knowing where you need to be, where each character needs to be in this giant story. And communication is key. First, you need to know everything. You are the person that needs to know the ins and outs, but then it's just how to articulate to the actor, and like that back and forth communication of this is who this character is and stuff, and this is the emotion and where we need to go along the way. And so it's a journey within itself. And from a director standpoint, like we take that journey with every character and every actor, where it's like, I guess from an actor standpoint, like we bring them in and we go over the characters and we work through the entire show. From the director and also engineer standpoint, we do that for every single actor that comes in, and from beginning to end. Then there's another actor from beginning to end. So it's, if you're looking at a big cast, yeah, it's a process. But if you're dealing with a big cast or whatever, like how many people were in that show, that's how many times we went through that entire show and more. But even like in the booth, when they're in the booth and we're directing and stuff, like there is writing on the fly, where it's like there are things that may not work or may not line up and stuff, where it's like the read, I want to get something more out of the read, where it's, yeah, you have to be ready and be prepared to make those in the moment changes and adjustments and stuff, because it's literally that fast where we're going through, and it's like, oh, no, actually I want to try this instead, and then rewrite, boom, try it out, great, let's continue. Things are constantly moving, and like I said, every director is a writer, and it's good to have communications with your writers as well, if it's whether it's you're writing it yourself or there's a writer that has written that, and you guys collab, and it's like back and forth, where we're both working on back and forth on the show. Ultimately, when the director's taking over and actually recording with the actors and stuff, yeah, there's adjustments that we'll have to make right then and there. But it's a process from beginning to end to make everything work, not just to make the lines make sense, but for it to flow naturally, which all of the actors do a wonderful job, and also to match mouth flaps. So more than one thing, but yeah, it is a process, but it's a very fun process to do.
It seems like it would be, because I just really wanted to know, like, as far as I guess the creativity on the director's part, like how much freedom do you have? Because let's say, because you want to make, I guess, believable characters, but let's say like a character like Hinata, for example. Like, if you wanted to, could you just be like, okay, he looks like that, but I want him to sound like Barry White? Like, is that something that you could do, or does he have to sound close to the Japanese actor, or
there are things like it. So, as a director, there are freedoms that you do have, and then there are things that you should know you probably shouldn't do. Like for Hinata, if I wanted him to sound like Barry White, I would think that would be hilarious. But I know good and he shouldn't sound like Barry White. But if I want to, from the Japanese version to the English version, if I have a particular take where I do want him to sound a little bit more like this, or if I wanted him to sound a little bit more raspier or change the tone a little bit like this, because I felt that it felt more natural for the character, and also from knowing the entire story, then yeah,
okay.
I want to go in that route. But if I'm just straight up Barry White, then no. But yeah, you do have certain freedoms, but you also have to keep in mind the overall product and
Mhm.
what adds and what takes away. And like I said, with those key points, those plot points, you don't want to change what the story actually is by
Gotcha.
just like putting, oh, this would just be cool just for the sake of it. No, how does this add to the story, or how does this enhance the story that's been presented? So it's like kind of
Hmm.
reading between the lines where it's, yeah, you do have freedoms, but it has to be a legitimate reason why. Can you back the reason why you did this? But yeah.
So you
Okay.
can do it,
Hmm.
you just know not to do it. That's where you're at with
Right.
it. Like you
Yeah.
have the power to do it. Like if you wanted to, you could. Like you wouldn't. You'd be like, yeah, you'd be looking at you like, why'd you do it? It's funny. That's not a good enough reason for the story. And you're like,
Yeah, like Star Wars. It's like Ryan Johnson, he was able to make The Last Jedi, but should he have?
yeah, there it is. Perfect example.
Anyway, but anything to add, like if it's decisions where, yeah, if you want to adjust the voice, modify the voice, if you feel that this enhances the story and adds to it, and it's a better take that makes it sound more natural and believable, then yeah. If it's something that overall, whether it's that, or if you want to get a different take on something else to enhance your story, then sure.
Mhm.
But if it's something that will take you out of the moment, out of the story, and this is not what this show is, then no, don't do things like that.
Just because it might be hilarious.
Exactly. But if it enhances that scene or that moment, or that main purpose of whatever moments you're trying to hit, do it. Yeah, you're trying to draw more out of the show, out of these particular moments. It has to make it. Just don't just do it. Back it up.
That makes sense, because I'd
But
always thought about. Oh, were you about to say, Josh?
yeah, Shannon. I was gonna ask, but when you like cast people, how does casting them work? Do you look at their past? Do you look at an actor's past works and then typecast them into a specific character? Like, how often do you guys do that?
That's more of a question for each individual director. I can tell you how I do it, and yeah, like when it comes to for me, I don't like typecasting. Like to me, like if you're good at this, then great, that's great. I think it's cool to see different actors, and when it comes to just how well rounded they are in things that, okay, you're more known and familiar in these with these roles, but I want to test the scale over here. Like, what haven't you done? And pretty much like when you have different actors in, when actors audition for things and stuff, you get a sense of their range and stuff like that. And I find that a fun thing to dive into, where yeah, you may have worked on a project doing this and that and stuff like that, but I actually want to try out this over here, something that we're not really familiar with hearing you as. To me, I find that very intriguing, and I wouldn't give someone something that, like, if I don't think that this is something that's manageable, like that you may not be able to handle at the moment, then don't want to overpressure someone to reach for something that's all the way over here. But I think it's fun to kind of see that range, test that range out. But when it comes to casting, for me, I'm not the type that just listens to like the original Japanese audio and it's like, oh, who can I match to match exactly like that? That's not how I do that. I look up this show, I watch the show, I look at the scripts and pay attention to the story in its entirety. And really, I like to rewatch, and even when I'm working on the show, each night I rewatch. If I have like even the actor in coming in the next day, I rewatch those episodes with the actors' characters. But when I'm casting for a show, to me, it's who sounds natural in that role. And it's like just breaking down of who can I envision from. Maybe it could be some passwords that I look back on, or maybe it's from that one time you were in for this one thing, and I could hear a slight tone in your voice that kind of showed me that you could do this over here, but we never got to play with this over here with where your range can go. But I do remember it from the past over here. And then, of course, if you're unclear, you audition. Like, that's the whole point of auditioning, where it's, I want to see if you can go over here, if you can try this out. And you bring people in, you audition them and see just exactly where that range can go. You give them the direction of what you're trying to hear, and you break it down and decipher it from there. I think it's like, for me, it's, I don't like to just pick someone just because, oh, you sound like this in the original audio, so I'm just gonna pick. Like, you like, people, everyone's capable of so much, and everyone has different ranges. That and to, I think, to just typecast someone just because you're just known for doing this, that's like a disservice. Because, yeah, and that's great that you can do this. If you really need someone to do that, cool, but what else can you do?
Yeah.
Because I want to see you be well rounded in everything, or let's see how far you can go, because I also want to try out this and this, to where it's, yeah, you're not just typecasted as this, but you can also do this. And guess what? Now that you're doing this over here, now people know that you can also do this over here, and it's not just
No, that
one
makes sense.
specific thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's like, it's, I don't want to say like growth, but it's, people have potential that may have not been uncovered or brought to the mainstream attention, but it's like that talent and that skill is there. And it's like, me as a director, if I can hear something that is there, why wouldn't I want to see that or uncover that, where it's, yeah, I know that you're great over here, yes, I get it, but if you have a passion and want to try something over here, and I know that you can do this over here, why would you just ignore that? No, let's see where you can go. Yeah, for me, when it comes to deciding a role, like, it goes all over the place. Of, it's, I don't look at just, oh, who can voice match the original Japanese actor, but it's, no, when it comes to the story too, every character starts off like episode 1, everyone starts off here, and they have that arc. They go through obstacles from beginning to end, so it's a journey. And then like seeing, go, like deciding what actor is right for this role, it's, yeah, who can take that journey, when it's, yeah, they start here but we end up all the way over here. So I think it's like unfortunate if you just typecast someone just because they're good at just this. If you need just that, then great, but don't ignore the potential of them being able to do this over here. Actually see, hey, audition them, see, can they actually do this, can they handle this? Because you may uncover, wow, I had no idea you could do this. This was here all along, but you've always been typecasted to
Right, that
this.
one thing.
So
Hmm.
yeah, but it's its own process, because you are looking for the right person for this role, whether big or small and stuff. It's kind of like something that just clicks, where it's like, you get it, just that's it, that's, I can feel it. Like, and for some, like, this may need, may need to work with you a little more to get that out of you, but it's there. So I don't know if that sounds weird or not.
It makes a lot of sense. But that also brings me to basically what you said. So some stuff like demo tapes and a website is important in the process of picking an actor.
Demo, I would say it's very important to have a demo, because we also listen to a lot of audio demos. And if you are an actor or aspiring actor, the biggest thing is you always want to be ready, because opportunity can come knocking like at any moment. So you always want to be prepared for, hey, if I actually get a call, or if I run into someone that can help me get that opportunity. Demos are very important. You want to have a resume. I would say have the resume, have a demo, and the big thing, have an actual demo, because that way we can actually hear you. There's different people that different people's demos that I've heard, which it's great that you have that, and also have some form of way, like you have the resume for contacting and stuff like that, because you need that, because it's like, oh, I found this great voice, guess what, I don't know. You'd be surprised people that will send demos, but it's like, how do I communicate with? But I think it's very important to have a demo. And from the different reels that I've heard over the years, you can try to there are people who try to sound like this is anime, where you intentionally try to sound like a particular voice actor or particular character. And there are some shows where it may get a little goofy and stuff, where their reads, their inflections maybe sound a little bit more cartoonish and funny. But honestly, like, the biggest thing is we want to hear you in we want to hear your range, like your individual voice, where it's like moments where it like, really, we want to hear your natural sounding voice. And with a reel, to show your range, there can be like lines or monologues where that portrays anger, frustration, happiness, but we want to hear you, not you trying to hike your voice up really because like you think this is what anime is, because there's so many shows that it's dealing with real situations, and then there are those that deal with unrealistic ones, but there is some type of natural connection or something that draws you in because you can relate to it in some way. There is some level of seriousness, and it's, if your reel is just filled with characters, you're trying to be the character, or you're trying to be the actor that has that character, we're not hearing you, you're just trying to be someone else. So it's very important to have a reel, because yes, we can hear your voice in your range, but we hear you, not you trying to portray someone else. But have one, because you can say, hey, I'm a voice actor, here's my contact information. But if I have no reference, then how do I know that?
No, that makes sense. Definitely.
Yeah.
Have an audio reel, have a resume, and
right,
and ready.
And try not to send in your best Naruto impersonation.
Please don't.
It's not gonna work.
Like I said, there's certain shows where they're silly. There are a lot of silly moments, or comedy shows where you'll have moments like that where it does get goofy, but it's not as often as you think. Even in Naruto, he has there's goofy moments throughout, but they do hit some very heavy tones where it's like, you're having a conversation. I'm not gonna hike my voice up if we're talking about a certain topic,
unless you have 8 cups of coffee.
Well, there you go. So and that's fine. That's fine. If that's what the character is, then okay. But yeah, we want to hear your voice, how you sound, not you trying to impersonate someone else or a character. Don't put on a character. Be you.
Okay, that's something I always thought was interesting when I compare like anime dubbing to the American prelay stuff. It's like, more often than not, when I'm watching like anime, a lot of the voices are like completely realistic. Even when we talked about Naruto, that for the most part is like Mel Flanagan's speaking voice. Like she actually talks like that regularly. And a lot of the times in American cartoons, and I guess it's because of the age bracket that they're filtered towards. So you have the more kind of cartoony inflections and people putting on a voice more so.
I would say it depends on the show. It really depends on the show. If it's geared to, all right, well, I don't even want. I have like an 8-year-old cousin that she watched Pepper Pig. I just seen a little bit of Pepper Pig, and I heard some voices that are a little higher, but for the most part, Pepper Pig, she sounded natural. But there's some goofy moments, but it's like Pepper Pig even sounded normal. Like they got the right age actress to play Pepper Pig, because Pepper Pig is a little pig, like a kid,
Right.
but it is geared to children, and there's certain voices that are like a little bit more goofier and stuff. Know what the show is. Like it depends on the actual show, and you want to go for, like, if you're applying anywhere, your natural voice is what's important in your range there, because if you do get into a show where, hey, there is a character that we would like you to play, and yeah, they are more pitched up like this and they're more goofy, we can take your voice and help you get to that point where we are going a little bit more silly up here, but that's if that character calls for it, you know. So if this is a serious show and you've got hiked up voice, and it's like, one, that doesn't sound natural. Two, can you really go through the entire series like that, where it's like really hi thing? Like, we want to hear you, because that's what's realistic. That's what we can relate to. And if it's a goofy moment, great. We can hike it up, or hit whatever type of tone that we're trying to hit, because we're aware that your voice can take you to that point. But don't send us a reel of just like all of these are just like high pitched or really goofy voices, because most of these shows hit a lot of serious tones, and it's not something that high pitched trying to portray someone else, that's not gonna work.
Well, that's so. How often do you guys get a lot of that? A lot of submissions of that kind of stuff?
It's all over. We get all kinds, but it's never shy of the high pitched
stuff. Got you.
voices.
Got you. One of the last things I wanted to ask you in particular, because I know you don't really consider yourself a voice actor. You do have a lot of roles and characters under your belt. I wanted to know, how do you get to that point? What was it like for you being an ADR director, doing some casting direction, and then going into voiceover work? And how did that help you, or did it help you at all in the way that you direct?
It definitely helped. I don't really consider myself an actor, because I all of the actors that I've worked with, they are wonderful, awesome, wonderfully trained, and they have done so many different things. There are a lot of voice actors that also do theater. They do film and stuff. Like they do all sorts of things. So I like, for me to say, oh yeah, I'm a voice actor, I'm not a voice actor. I'm a guy that is happy to be here. But I would say, like, from different shows, yeah, I'll do background characters or characters here and there. And I would say the experience of being in the actual booth itself, and actually living that experience, it does help me, because it, in a sense, puts me in the shoes of the actor. Because yeah, my day is giving direction from the other side of the window and stuff, through the push to talk, and it's trying to explain and bring this out for the character, and to actually be standing in a booth and playing these characters, it does feel different, where it's, so this is what they see from this perspective. Me taking direction from a director and trying to do the best, like listening to that instruction to give the performance that they want. Yeah, it does change the way that you think about things, and it does help you as a director because you actually see things from their point of view.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that it's like I've gotten all the experience that I can, because I'm not, because they have actually trained for years and done different things over the years. Me, I'm just getting a taste of some of the things that they do for hours, like for a lot of these shows. But it does help me because it helps me see what they go through, and to hear someone else giving you that direction, it's like I can take that information, because it's a lot of feelings, and it's a lot going on. Like, it's not just, oh yeah, I'll just walk in there and just, hey, they'll say this. And once again, when we go into things like range and stuff, like, what is the show, what is the character and stuff, and like, how do I bring life to that character,
Mm.
and make it sound naturally, as if that is the voice of that character, and me meeting the requirements for what the director is asking me, to where, yes, this is good, yes, we can move on, no, we need to tweak this and that. And then not only that, but the technical stuff of the timing and stuff, and the intensity, the volume. Oh no, like, I accidentally like clapped my hand in the middle of that take. That's bad. No, I cannot do that. Oh no, there was a click. I need to take a sip of water and stuff, because no, there was like something weird in that take. So the technical process as well, to get the right takes, all by the end of the day, like, all of that is going through your mind when you're in the booth. And I have nothing but respect for every actor that steps into the booth, because it's like, it's a lot, and it's not easy. Like, it's a whole nother world when you step in there. And for me, I've stepped in for like smaller bit things and things from like here and there, but each actor, actress, like, they've done so many things where it's like, I'm just very, very appreciative of them, and I have a lot of respect, because yeah, I'm usually on the other side giving the direction, but it's like, from that perspective, being in the booth, it's a lot to take in. And then you want to give the director and the engineer the product that they're looking for, like the right takes. So it's a lot, but it does help me, because when I go back to the other side, just how you give direction, understanding what some people may be going through. For, let's say, if you're dealing with a newer actor, where this could be a lot to take in, and it's, oh, let's slow it down. Your approach on how to direct them with the particular scene, or maybe we need to slow down the pace of how much we're going through this to get everything done, because you understand, yeah, this could be intense for some people and stuff. And not only that, but there's a lot of different things to focus on. It helps you keep that in mind, instead of just, this is what I need, this is what I need you to do and stuff.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
understanding the whole process. So yeah, it definitely helps me. And like I said, nothing but respect for everyone that walks in that booth, because yeah, it is not an easy job. It is a lot to do, and it's a craft. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even with you guys, the directors, because all the voice actors we have on the show, they're just like, yeah, I don't know how those directors do all that stuff. They're just magicians with all the editing software, and I'm just such an idiot. I don't know how to do it.
Ha,
And
I can
like,
tell you what the magic trick is: coffee.
And the word of the day is
Coffee.
Coffee. But you know the ins and outs of your show. But also, huge credit is the engineers, the audio engineers,
Mhm.
because like, it's not just the director, it's the engineer that is right next to the director. It's a three person when you have the actor in the booth as well. But there is much respect for the audio engineers, because it's like, you are like a synced mind mind to get, like, it's melded. It's, here we go, Captain Kirk and Spock, where you develop like a whole other communication with the director and engineer, because you grow to understand each other and the things to look out for. Because yeah, one side you're giving direction to the actor, the other side it's that back and forth communication between you and the engineer, understanding on this side everything. And like, just the engineers are wonderful because they're just flying away on the keys with the cuts, the shifting, the adjustments, the listening out for anything that stands out. They are live editing right then and there as well. And that is not an easy task. There's a lot that they are doing on that side that the actor may not even know what's happening on their end, where and they're also syncing up and stuff and shifting. And so we may have recorded through a take and they're already like making adjustments and making fixes, and it's like the person in the booth may not even know any of that happened right in within those moments. Yeah, it's not just the director, it's the engineer as well. Like, they deserve just as much credit because they are in it from beginning to end as well. So like I said, it's a team effort.
Yeah, it's definitely a well-oiled machine.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Nah, man, like that's pretty cool stuff, man. Like, we've definitely enjoyed getting the idea for like just the whole mechanism for how the background works and how you guys just put together these literal art projects. It's really awesome, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Shannon.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure talking to y'all. And I like one of the biggest things, like I will say that a big motivation is the fans. Like, and this is my last Star Wars reference.
Let's do it. Go out on a bang.
But like for me, like I'm a huge Star Wars fan, as we have established here tonight. But the thing is, I know what it's like to be a fan of something, and Star Wars, like been a fan for a long time, and there are things I like and the things that I don't like. But the biggest thing is that this is something that I hold dear to my heart, and I want to make sure that whoever's handling it gives it the best care. And like when it comes to working in anime on each individual project, each project is someone's Star Wars, it's someone's baby. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that we give the best and our all for every show that we work on, because this means the world to someone out there. And we want to make sure that we give it the best care, we work our hardest to make sure that we bring the most out of it. And so it's a huge inspiration for us to know that, yeah, like we're doing this for the fans of this show and this show. We want to make sure that, you know, we do everything that we can to make the most of it and make it the best that we can. And so fans are a huge motivation for that. And it's always cool to, like, from beginning to end, to know that, hey, we worked our hardest, did everything that we could, and I just hope that the fans love this and stuff, because we want to make sure that it's the best quality that it could possibly be. Yeah, it's like the fans are a huge motivation to keep pushing, work harder. We can do better, and just keep going. Yeah.
Hey, man, we're all here to tell you that you guys do a fantastic job, and we seriously appreciate what you do in general, Shannon. Like, it's really cool, man, to just get like a peek into the process from the other side of it, because we talk to so many voice actors, just seeing how much you have to do to be able to make their job easier. It's crazy, man. I see why you drink so much coffee.
It helps. It helps so much. But it's also really fun. Like, and like from our perspective, we see all the different actors. I don't know. There's some people that come in the booth and they're like, "Yeah, this is, you know, my favorite part of the day and stuff, to come in here, get to record and go home." And it's, from our perspective, it's, we've lost track of time. Weren't you just here yesterday? But it's fun because everyone makes the day better. It's never a boring day. It's always like a fun new adventure and stuff, and it's the actors are awesome too, because yeah, we get down to work and get the everything done, but we have fun doing it too. It's great. So
Yeah, it's good stuff. But
That's really cool, man.
But yeah, I know you guys aren't using a Windows Movie Maker and tape recorders. So what kind of equipment and software are you guys using?
Oh man, for stuff like that, well, really, that's more engineer level stuff. Oh man, getting all technical for that one, I forgot. Man, oh, come back to me. But we use different ones. Like the engineer is using their own stuff. They've got the whole mixer and everything. For me, I use like Excel and Word and different things like that when dealing with scripts, but we're using different softwares. Oh man, why does it escape?
We didn't mean to trip you up like
that. Yeah, I'm broken now. I'm broken.
It was going so well.
It was going so well. Well, there we go.
Get yourself some coffee, man. You know, God, give me with some coffee. That's your trick.
Time to recharge. But yeah, it's different ones, because when it comes to the engineer, they're dealing with a whole bunch of different things. But yeah, for me, as far as script wise, it's pretty
good
easy.
Old Excel.
Yeah.
And Word and stuff.
Yeah, things like that. But they use multiple stuff when it comes to all the things to record their audio and fixes and stuff. It's pretty insane. It's really just to watch how quickly an engineer moves and adjusts things. You can sit there and enjoy your coffee and just wow. So,
just zone out.
Yep. But yeah, I can't think of it. I need coffee. But yes, software, very good software.
Yeah, it's software, various softwares, right? Yeah,
various computers and things, and yes.
Hey, look, we don't blame you, Shannon. I completely understand, man.
Yeah.
We can all use some coffee right about now.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I'm gonna get some right after
For real. But yeah, dude, like I said, it's completely been a pleasure talking to you, man. And like I said, it's priceless information, man. I think it's so great that we were able to get you on. So thanks again for coming out.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on here and to meet all of y'all. Like, and Marcus, don't forget Marcus.
Oh, we gonna get you back
on. Now I'm really hyped up talking about Star Wars now, and I'm gonna have me a checklist of things. I'm gonna have a mini test.
Yeah. Be ready. Y'all better.
All right. Yeah, you didn't watch this, no.
No, just like which one's Vader? Pulled out, looks at Kylo. That's Vader. Nah.
Right. We're like, so Chad, how many legs does drop? I think 3, right? No, but
pulls out a picture of a planet. What planet is this?
At 40 minutes and 53 seconds, what was said?
See, no, y'all tried to kill me, man. I can't. But no, man, I promise the next time we have Shannon on, for all of our viewers and listeners out there, me and Josh, we're gonna be prepared, coffee ready, Star Wars now. We're gonna be good.
Like I said, man, we're gonna be down. I hope never know.
Matter of fact, that reminds me of the shirt I was wearing today.
Yeah,
and then you got a coffee shirt on.
By this,
that's a creed, man.
Hey, man, A1 since day one. I feel it.
Oh yeah, not to cut you off, Chad, but yeah, since we're talking about shows, what else have you been watching, Shannon? Because I know me and Chad just got done watching Yasuke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, for me, I recently got HBO Max because of the Scorpion Mortal Kombat movie, but I watched it because of Scorpion.
Let's avoid that conversation.
I feel like we'd be on the same page about this conversation. But
but we wouldn't be on the different voting sides. We'd be on the same side, just going off for about an hour. Yeah.
Yep. Had my thoughts. Let it pass.
Yeah. That's dope. Yep.
Yeah.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I realized that I was a fan of Mad TV back when it aired. It was like the competitor of Saturday Night Live. So I've started watching that. I'm trying to get through Invincible. Like everyone
Nice.
was like freaking out about
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
now I'm just starting to watch. So I'm also a fan of not giving it some time because
You gotta let us.
in my own time, I have made it to episode 2 now, so that is an accomplishment.
That is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
Because those are some long episodes, man. So
They really are.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
are. They are.
thought they would be so quick, and then no. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's heavy. It's got my attention now. Like I get why everyone was really getting wild on the social. Okay,
no,
let
it's
me
good.
get through it. No. I saw there was like a meme like that everyone's been posting, but I need to make it to the end to understand why is this meme funny?
I mean, I
Why-
walk around my
So-
house saying that all day.
All
I'm
the
like,
time.
I'm always
Hey.
think Mark.
Thank Mark.
That's me.
Thank Mark.
Think Mark.
And I just love that it
Yeah.
like literally goes to every different anime. It goes like it faded like the Dragon Ball Z now. It's like
Yes.
amazing. I'm just like, this is so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
We'll
Shannon,
get there.
Dimitri's actually put me on. Dude, if I can suggest one show for you to watch Alice in Borderland, I think it's called.
Oh
That's-
yeah. Alice in Borderland. You got it?
my
You watched it?
goodness.
You finally got to it?
That's a
is
really good
so-
show.
I
Yeah.
know, right? Man.
Okay.
It's
Ah.
really good.
Alice in Borderland.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a live action of an anime, so or a manga. So
It's,
Okay.
it's actually pretty good. It's actually not bad. Like,
it's seriously, because we're at the whodunit part now. where we're
oh,
trying to
you're
figure out
you're
who
at there.
stabbed-
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
Oh,
that's a good
okay.
episode. That's a good
Yeah.
one. Oh man, that's so
Yeah.
good.
Okay, yeah. All right. That is my homework.
Yeah. So when
Oh,
you
yeah.
come
There we
back,
go.
definitely I'm gonna ask you, what happened in
What happened on
scene,
episode 2 and
right,
10
on
minutes
episode
in.
2, right, scene 15, episode 2.
I'll have every time code ready. Like, yes, this is
Cool.
exactly what happened. Okay,
Awesome,
okay.
awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And also, like I said, I would recommend Yasuke, but
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's not trash.
you gotta watch it for the. You gotta watch.
That's your excuse to watch it. That's just your
Yes.
reason to watch it. The culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ignore it.
Okay.
You turn your director and your film brain off and just watch it. Okay.
Oh,
You're right,
oh.
just-
Yeah, yeah. Turn that all the way off
So,
and just
so
watch.
I'm just gonna Mortal Kombat this, huh?
right.
Oh, don't get me started on Mortal Kombat because Chad doesn't want to watch it.
Because-
Yeah, I gotta get on you,
Because
Chad.
Mortal Kombat is so close to my heart,
You know what?
and I know I'm gonna be
It's gonna
disappointed.
hurt you. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you.
It's my favorite video game ever. I don't wanna be
It's gonna hurt
disappointed.
you. It's gonna hurt you.
yeah, Yeah, stay away from that movie.
It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you.
Like,
You're gonna be
see,
in pain.
and now I'm gonna watch it, but I just have to give myself, like you said, I gotta let it simmer, give myself a chance to get ready for the disappointment because I know what's coming.
So,
I
Josh,
just
did you
don't
watch
know
it?
which way.
I want to embrace the BS with Chad because I just
We'll
want
watch
to
it.
just
We're
like.
gonna watch it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, hey,
All right.
hey, I'll say it like this: have your chicken strips ready. And you know, we at the screen, like you'll be just.
Yeah, that's an inside joke. Like we just like Demetrius likes to get chicken strips when he goes to the movie, and he's like, the movie's bad, he's just gonna fling chicken strips at
You
the
know what?
screen.
I
So,
like that. I like that. Throw chicken. Okay. Oh, real quick, what's everyone's go-to movie theater food? Since Demetrius chicken strips.
So I'm a chocolate person. So I always get the small Butterfingers,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I use it as an excuse to get it because I'm a soda person too. I don't drink it, but when I do, it was like I gotta go hard. So basically, I get the biggest soda that they have, the
Fair.
biggest Coke. Yes, I get the biggest Coke and small thing of Butterfingers, and that's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joshua.
And I get like an extra large root beer and an extra large popcorn with extra butter.
Okay.
You do it
Yeah.
old fashioned. You do old school.
Yeah.
That's the old-fashioned movie theater food.
Right.
Okay.
What you
Yeah.
got, Shannon?
I like to get the slushy. Like, I'm not a fan of cherry flavored stuff unless it's actually the fruit, but I actually like the slushy. and then I like to get junior mints. As
I
weird
like
as that is,
that's a strange combo, but
I like the
it's
junior
a
mints,
strange combo.
Mhm.
Like it's always stacked on the shelves.
nobody
It's
wants
there.
it for some reason. It's good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good, but nobody
Oh,
wants
yeah.
to take it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know what
nobody
it
gets
is.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our dad loves junior mints. He eats those things like crazy. Like seriously.
Because people don't like mint though. A lot of people don't like
Yeah.
mint. Like they don't like mint. Was it mint ice cream? Like not ice cream.
Mm.
What is it called?
I don't like mint ice cream though.
Yeah.
What is it
I
called?
love mint ice cream. What's wrong with you? Mint ice cream's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on mint ice cream. I'm on there too. Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
odd man out here.
I like
Oh, yeah.
chocolate cookie dough. I don't like one of the only ice creams I get down.
Cookie dough's a good honorable second. Oh, it's mint chocolate chip. There it is.
Mint
Mint
chocolate chip. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, like I think tonight, like I'm just making a grocery list now. So, oh
Yeah.
man.
You're like, quick! What are you guys' favorite foods?
So I can get them from the grocery store.
All right, here we go.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, man, that's all good stuff, man. But I would really like for you, before we let you go, do you have anything, like any shows coming up or anything you have to let the audience know about?
I can't tell you of any shows that I'm working on currently, but not too long ago, they announced the home video release of Baki the Grappler, Blu-ray and DVD. So that will be coming out soon. And just any past shows, there was one, you know what, there's one that I would like to recommend that came out last year called Shirobako, and it's a show that centers around an anime company making anime, and it was one of the funnest experiences and shows to work on, because it's literally us, an anime company, working on a show about an anime company making anime, and it was very meta.
Yeah.
As meta as it can be. Like, that's pretty cool. So it's extremely accurate.
It is, for the most part, yes. Like there are so many characters that I could relate to, and also you do know that, and it is of course very funny, a lot of silly moments, but there are a lot of accurate things that does happen. Yep, there we go. But overall, it's
Yeah, like the gallon of black coffee on the desk in the back.
Oh yeah, the coffee is real. I'm surprised like I don't have it up. I cleaned up a bit. There isn't any coffee cups around here, but yeah, the coffee is real. Coffee is in the show. All of the stuff it's cool. Like it covers everything just in a company, and it's pretty awesome. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, current stuff, can't talk about that yet.
Okay.
But stay tuned, because it's some exciting stuff coming up.
Dope. Awesome, man. Yeah, definitely, Shannon. We will completely stay tuned, man, and we will put all of that good stuff in the description below. And the doobly-doo. Another insight.
Right.
Thank you so much for having me. Like I said, this has been an awesome experience, and thank you so much for thinking about me to have me on y'all's show, and what y'all are doing is awesome. And yeah, I've listened to some of y'all's shows. I've watched some of y'all's shows on YouTube, and yeah, it is awesome. And the variety of stuff y'all have to talk about, it's awesome.
Man, so, I appreciate that so much.
Appreciate
thank you.
Yeah.
Like,
thanks for the anime.
Man.
Thank
you. Right. Thanks for the anime. Thanks for like my obsession over IQ. I appreciate it. There you go. So good stuff, man. But just like every week, guys, guess what time it is?
Shameless
promotion.
Yes, it is time for our shameless promotion. Yes, guys, we are the Square Roundtable Podcast. You can catch us every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 12 p.m. Central Time, and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on MajorZoneMusic.com.
And you can catch us on YouTube at any time on Friday. And if you like the video, smack that like button. Leave us a comment down below in the doody-doo. And share the video. Oh, yeah, share the video. And hit the notification bell on the right side of the video if you want to be notified about our latest videos and any of the videos that we have in the future. We always say join that Facebook group. We really need some people active in that Facebook group, man. It's looking pretty bad there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes,
And you can
definitely
you
breathe
can-
some life.
Right. You can catch us on Instagram. Please like our socials.
And Twitter.
We try very hard.
Yes, definitely, guys. And put all your definitely I'll be in the comments. Put all your Star Wars hatred below for the prequels.
Whoa.
And
He knows.
and for all the put all your JJ Abrams Star Wars hate in the comments.
And if you have anything about that Mortal Kombat, if you want that smoke in the comment below with the Mortal Kombat, like here we go.
Guys. So definitely
Right.
put all that stuff in the comments below, man. And before we head out, guys, I would like everybody, including our amazing guests, to introduce themselves one more time. And I am your host, Chad Singleton.
Dmitri.
Josh Singleton.
Shannon Reed.
All right, y'all. And this has been the Square Round Table. We are out.
Peace.
Peace.